I'm just gonna do a video on Blaha, JasonBlaha, the strength and whatever baloney fitness guy, the gym lifting recruiting gear slave himself, JasonBlaha. Let's see what Blaha says. Blaha says ancient humans were not carnivores. How would he know that? How would he know about anything ancient or anything about humans? Was he there? Was he hanging around with them, recording them? He's just making this stuff up.
Humans have never been carnivores.
And you know this how? This is a good one. Humans have never been carnivores, but the funny thing is we're all eating meat on the planet. Why are we consuming so much meat if we're not carnivore? See what I mean? If we are not carnivore, why are we consuming meat? See what I mean? And farms, they don't exist. They're man-made. They're manipulated. They don't exist.
Is kind of a ridiculous idea.
I can prove everything that I say. Farms do not exist. They're man-made. The only thing on this planet, when you were born, are forests. That's it. That's all here. Everything else is manipulated by man. These homes, these houses, these farms, whatever. And them cultivating things, plants that they found in the forest, and trying to cultivate them to make them, I don't know, for whatever reason, palatable to eat. Maybe they like the taste of plants because plants are drugs. Plants are aphrodisiacs, they're drugs, they're a bunch of stuff. They're toxic. So yeah, that's the reason why they, move towards plant, because they're drugs. They like it.
Yeah, that people have come up with. Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And I want to make a couple of points clear. Number one,
sweet, salty, and tasty, my friends. That's the drug addiction. Let's see. Cravings and addictions. Now, it has nothing to do with meat, though. Meat is a highly nutrient food. That's what it is, and that's all your cells want.
Not a vegan. Number two, I am not against eating animal products.
So let's see. He's not a vegan, but he's not against eating animal products. But yet he's going to make the claim that we are not carnivores, and neither were ancient humans. They weren't carnivores. But no, we're just eating meat because, I don't know, just because we can, right? Is that it?
Number three, I am not going to commit an appeal to nature fallacy here and say that because we ate a certain way that it must be the best for health.
See, here's the thing. I can prove we're carnivores. You want to know how I prove it? It's really simple. Look, I'll show you. This is how I prove it, with people's experience. I can prove everything with people's experiences. That's how simple it is. Let's see. Here's Vegan Compilation 2022.
I started noticing I had trouble breathing.
Just a second.
I was not okay. I felt like I was passing out almost every day. I was a very strict vegan for a total of almost 2 whole years. The food was just going right through.
You know, it's funny. I started eating fruits, a lot of fruits. I never liked plants or fruits, but I started eating a lot, thinking maybe that was the secret or something. I don't know, just to try it out, right? And I had the same problems like she did. Within 2 years, bam, it destroyed me. And I gravitated back to my natural food as a carnivore. Meat! Yeah, bro, it saved me.
Nothing actually stayed. If you catch my drift, I was feeling weak. I never imagined that I would convert after.
Of course it's going to make you weak. It's going to make you weak. It's going to give you an apoptosis in your muscle, your bone, your teeth. They're going to disintegrate. You are disintegrating. You're deteriorating faster than you're aging.
Being a vegan, I had to go ahead and eat some meat afterwards.
I've been vegan since I was 9 years old. I've tried every kind of vegan diet. So from ages 13 to 20, I got a period maybe twice a year. I was freezing all the time. The bloating gets so bad that your stomach is distended to a point, you look pregnant. I literally felt dead. I felt like the blood wasn't circulating through my body.
Yeah.
I felt dead. Couldn't even get out of bed.
I mean, this is the whole vegan compilation. These people are all dying.
in denial for so long. Oh,
Yes.
maybe a supplement will fix this. Maybe, all this sort of stuff will end up fixing it.
Yes, in
but it never
denial.
did.
And I felt like
Yeah, supplement's gonna fix that. No, I don't think so, dude. Yeah. These people are all suffering, man. Look at these people.
I was so ashamed for wanting to go back to eating meat.
I was so ashamed to wanting to go back to eat meat to save my life. Yeah, whatever. Let's see some other ones. These are funny too.
Break themselves down to the point of releasing all the toxins and all the junk and, all these different things that are, causing bad dental issues. Before your teeth can rebuild itself, your teeth are going to have to break themselves down to the point of releasing all the toxins and all the junk. And
Okay, that guy's making that stuff up. His teeth are coming out. I don't know, dude.
If you fruit, blame the fruit. No, this is a...
And whatnot.
My gums were starting to go up a little bit.
One of the first things that I noticed was my gums were shrinking.
Found out this morning that bottom left molar needs to be yanked out. Yes, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, your teeth start falling out. That's another thing you discover. They get sensitive. They want to fall out. A bunch of stuff, man. Let's see what else is here. Hold on a second. Oops. Just gotta love these vegan compilations. They're really funny, man. Oh, this one's a good one. This guy
ate only red meat for 60 days, and this is what happened to my body. The night before starting the challenge, I did something I'm not proud of. Don't judge. This is me the next morning. Today was very easy. I knew that this challenge wasn't going to be that bad. Yeah, unfortunately, looking back, I severely underestimated what was to come. Felt chest pain, but almost like
well, because he wasn't doing it fully. Watch what happens when he does it fully. Turns into a beast.
depression, had a little bit of a panic attack.
Wow, this is incredible. In 60 days, this guy turned into a beast, something that people going to the gym for 10 years couldn't accomplish.
Before. I just feel gross. I feel like a pig. I'm eating pig. I feel like a pig. I'm so sick of this. Listen to this. I kept cheating on the diet until Dr. Sean Baker gave me much needed encouragement.
If we just ate more damn meat and less damn junk food, that would make so many people so much more healthier.
From here on out, I started turning into an absolute animal. Something weird is happening today. The aroma of smelling delicious to me. And then I go on this rampage, I start killing it, I'm working out, everything's going well. Here are the results. Here's what I looked like at the start of the challenge, and here's what I look like now. Yeah, an absolute god. I look like a young Arnold. Testosterone is up, cholesterol didn't change, full video in my bio.
Cholesterol should be up. That's how your testosterone goes up, dude. But anyway, quite interesting there. There you go. Lots changed. So we're not carnivores, Blaha? According to Blaha, we are not carnivores, broski. Yeah, I don't know what I got going on there. See what else is here. There's a lot of these vegan compilations. They're all dying. There's Kent the Carnivore. He's pretty good. He's got some great stuff. He turned in, yeah. He's carnivore. Everybody goes carnivore, bro. See, there's a lot of vegan compilations, but there isn't any carnivore compilations. I wonder why. There's so many of these compilations, 2022, 21, 23, 19, 18, whatever. Vegan is a new cult. It's a new cult. But, okay, anyways, let's go back to Blaha.
The best for health. If the data came out showing that eating
the data has come out. It's all over the place. It's on social media. It's everywhere.
Exclusively a diet of only red meat and butter produced the best longevity and health.
It does. It does produce it because they've done tests on centenarians. And they ate butter and they ate red meat, broski. And they're over 100 years old and their cholesterol is through the roof. Yeah, they've done all the tests.
And the evidence for this was overwhelming. It would make sense to do that, even if historically, for 60.
Think about it. Just 100 years ago, we lived to up to 100 and something years. Well over 100 years. There's recordings of it. I mean, a guy died, what was it, this Polish commander or something. He died 120 years old. He's like back 100 years ago. He died over 120. Now, if you go back a little further in time, 200 or something years ago, people lived to 140. And then if you go back even further, 160, possibly up to 200. We don't even know, because we only have only the recent recordings from Native Indians and some people that died 120.
5 million years, humans ate only plants. Okay, so we need to be clear.
And they didn't look deteriorated. They didn't look like a shriveled up prune either. You stop growing when you're 25, and every time you grow, you age. So you have to turn off these growth factors. You don't want to grow.
This, I'm not going to make it.
You want to regenerate. You definitely want to regenerate your body, and that's periodically. But you don't want to age yourself for no reason whatsoever. Look, you're never going to build any muscle. You're wasting your time. Muscle is protected from building any muscle due to repeated bout effect and the fact that muscle repairs and remodels stronger, so it's resilient from further assaults. It only ever happens in an adaptation process. So you're just wasting your time. He's wasting his time. He keeps pushing these weights for no reason. Now, if he wants to lose body fat, he doesn't have to lift these heavy weights. All he has to do is stay on his normal food as a carnivore meat, and I don't know. He can go swimming and do some sports, and it'll go off. Play some basketball, dude. Leave this prison, this gym. I'm trying to save you, man. Go play some sports. Run down the street. Go for a sprint. Go for anything. Go for a climb, a hike, or something. Something natural, dude. This is unnatural, lifting man-made weights, okay?
Appeal to nature. Okay. However, I will state I do generally promote a largely plant-based diet, but I think that
he doesn't. Yes, he does. He promotes plant-based diets, which will destroy you, and he promotes accelerated aging and lifting man-made weights in the gym repetitively with no goal in sight. There's no goal here. There's no goal. He's like, well, losing body fat. I want to get a sexy body. Well, you could have lost that body fat like I showed you in Sean Baker's thing. Just eat meat 60 days and that's it. 60 days and you're a beast.
Animal proteins are superior for muscle gaining, hypertrophy, body composition.
Well, there you go. He's admitted that animal products are superior for hypertrophy, muscle gains, and what else? For bone density, skin, muscle, just about everything. So what the heck is he talking about? What are plants good for? Destroying you, the opposite. They do the opposite what meat does for you. Yeah.
So I personally generally advocate an omnivore diet that's heavily plant.
There's no such thing as omnivore diet. Something you made up. You're making it up. A diet means something fake that you're adding to you as a carnivore. You eat meat, and anything else on the outside is considered diet.
Based for purposes of health and fitness. So just a context there.
It isn't. Then that's what's keeping you lifting as a lifting slave. Then you're fighting between two foods, between one that is it's anti-nutrient, and the one that is nutrient. Plants are anti-nutrient. They're anti, and so meat is nutrient. And so you keep eating anti-nutrients with nutrient. So you're just fighting, and you're going to the gym lifting, bro, as a slave, bro, like him.
Position, and my position is the mainstream one that is supported by the...
Why fight? Why not just go all positive instead of negative? So that you could go to the gym and lift? It doesn't make any sense, man. Have you seen Big Trips? Man, he's so fat right now. He's going to get a heart attack soon. He's going to die of a heart attack. I'm concerned about his health. He's so bloated. He's so bloated and so fat. It's incredible.
Overwhelming majority of researchers, experts, medical doctors, dietitians, all of that. So it's.
I mean, he's actually starving because he's on a low-caloric diet, Blaha, and lifting at the same time, and he's on TRT. So it's recycling old proteins. And if you keep recycling old proteins, you don't get rid of them. It's toxic. It's toxic. That accelerates aging. That ages you. That's why you shouldn't take TRT, bro. Get it? Because it thinks you're starving. You take TRT, it thinks you're starving. It's not a normal process. You just need to wing off the fake food. I think people don't realize what's really going on here.
It's not really even a controversial position.
It is.
So all of that being said, people love to make these arguments about...
Look, this is sarcopenia. Look at his legs. There's no cuts in his legs. There's no legs. He's got sarcopenia. He's got skinny legs, skinny calves, skinny legs, and he's got small arms. Go look up what sarcopenia is. Small arms, small legs, and a fat waist. That's what he has, and kyphosis in his back. I can prove it. Let's bring this up. Let me see if they bring up some funny images here. Hold on. Sometimes they bring up these funny images. I don't know, sarcopenia. Arnold's got sarcopenia. Look at Arnold. That's, he's getting sarcopenia. Now he's on TRT there. Maybe he was getting in shape. Who the heck knows? I can't find it now. Sometimes they pop it up. They don't. Hold on. No, I don't know why it's not coming up. More images. There used to be some good images here for sarcopenia. Damn.
According to Vitals by Sutter Health, recognizing the signs of sarcopenia, besides older age, inactivity, lack of exercise and poor nutrition also increase an individual's risk of sarcopenia. Symptoms of the condition include falling, muscle weakness, slow walking speed, muscle wasting, and difficulty performing normal daily activities.
Yeah, but he's a lifting slave. He doesn't have those problems. But he has a nutrition also increases individuals' risk of what? Sarcopenia. So his nutrition, I'm not saying he's not exercising. You don't need to exercise. You just need to be on your normal food diet, whatever. So, yeah, they don't have any good images here, man. I wanted to show you a very good image, a black and white one of sarcopenia. It looks funny. I once brought it up before and I can't find him anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the definition of sarcopenia: loss of muscle tissue as a natural part of the aging process.
Yeah. That too, that's part of sarcopenia, but there's other parts. Anyways, I can't bring it up. I can't find it. Maybe you can find it. You bring it up, somebody, whatever. But this is what it looks like Blaha.
Ancient human.
When they have a side posing picture, they show a belly with skinny arms, skinny legs. That's what sarcopenia is. They tell you that. Well, in old people, they have skinny arms, skinny legs, and a belly. That's what he has, a wide waist.
And the fact of the matter is they're not even accurate. One of the more recent ones, people bring up some stuff. Well, and they'll probably be in the comments later. I'm sure some people will not listen to the video, and they will say, well, but we saw some stuff that says ancient humans, quote unquote, humans.
No, I mean, I don't care what people say about ancient humans. I mean, you can say anything about ancient humans. Nobody has any proof, but whatever. Just like the Ice Age and all. This is all religions and cults. It's all made up stuff by people. It's all fabricated, man. They don't know anything. And then somebody writes it in a book, and then they go, "Oh, it must be real because it's documented. So it's not fake because it's on documents. Because something's on a document, it must mean it's real. That's fake too."
Right? We're super carnivores and ate almost everything around them into extinction at one time up in certain areas.
I like how he sucked in his stomach there for the camera when he left. That was great.
Okay, but what does it have to do with humans? By humans, I'm talking about Homo sapiens. Yeah. Okay, what you and I would recognize, even if out of...
It's really simple. You experiment. Eat a vegan diet and find out what happens to you. Eat a meat diet and find out what happens. Here's the thing. If you stop eating meat, you will die. You definitely will die of starvation. No. If you eat meat, you will not die. You will not die if you eat meat. But if you are a vegan and you stop eating meat, you will die. That's the difference right there. That's how I know.
In the wild, all furry and hair covered, and if they didn't have clothes, even a wild human that we would still recognize as a human.
How would he know that? He one of them?
With our general cognitive ability to speak, right? All those sort of things, right? Biologically human, Homo sapien, that is what I'm talking about.
Okay, Blaha.
That is not what species they were talking about. When that super carnivore thing gets brought up, they were talking about Homo erectus.
They were.
And when we look at that, here's my position. Because another species over 1 million years ago was a super carnivore, you believe that you should be a carnivore is actually
really? Okay.
Insane.
Yeah.
So you want to be like this species. Their intelligence and brain capacity was too low for speech. Okay, we know based upon the fossil records they probably didn't have speech centers in their brain. They were not capable of.
How do you know that? How do you know that? There's no evidence of that whatsoever. He's fabricating all of this stuff.
Speech, they were not capable of being taught speech. So if you caught one of these today, if they existed, and tried to teach.
If you caught one of these today, if they existed, because they don't exist, then you've never caught one, so you don't know. You're making stuff up, man.
Teach it to talk, it wouldn't even be able to do so.
Whatever.
It would be functioning at an intellectual capacity much, much lower than your child. Okay?
You know that.
It would be functioning at.
They had bigger brain. Here's one thing that they've said about ancient man and these Neanderthals. They had bigger brains than us. If they had bigger brains, that must mean they were smarter than us, more cunning. See what I mean? They're smarter than us. They had bigger brains. We have small brains.
At a lower mental capacity.
It's funny. We got smaller brains, and to think we were in this society we'd be smart, right? We're so stupid. That's why we believe whatever people tell us. If you watch the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, the guy in the movie said they believe whatever you tell them. Humans believe whatever you tell them because they're stupid. And here's the thing: once you reinforce that fake belief, it becomes tradition. And so it's easy to fool a person, but it's hard. It's hard to explain to people that they have been fooled. You understand me? Because they don't accept it. They don't accept being fooled because it became tradition. See, in the lifting world, people want me to confirm their fake beliefs that lifting a heavy weight somehow is going to magically build muscles. Well, I'm not saying that lifting is not going to damage muscles and then they repair and remodel bigger and stronger. But after that initial bout, there's no more damage. And without that damage, you can't exceed that myonuclear domain size limit. Because science tells you, they're not lying. You reach the ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond where the satellite cell can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. Okay, so we have many myonuclear domains in our muscle fibers. We have different muscle fibers and they reside within different domains. So once you go to the gym, you've maxed out that domain the very first time you've gone there. There's no more damage to be made in the gym. It's resilient from further assaults. Okay, so what do you need to do? You need to do things at your unaccustomed bouts of exercise. You understand me? Unaccustomed, like it says in science, unaccustomed bouts of exercise. Now, if you don't understand that, then you need to figure it out. Now, running downhill, if you've never run, down certain slopes of hills, those can be very unaccustomed. And you can get damage in your muscle fibers, and they can be reconstructed bigger and stronger. So did you need weights to get your legs to become bigger and stronger by running down a hill? Hell no. You have to cause micro injuries to muscle fibers by doing multiple stretches to that muscle. It needs to be overworked so that there's a micro injury, a micro damage to the muscle fiber, so then it can repair and remodel stronger, but now it's resilient from further assaults, unless you do something that's your unaccustomed bout of exercise. Get it, bro? Like swimming, running downhill, I don't know, climbing, something. Maybe strongman. If you've never done it before, do strongman. And you'll get some muscle damage and it'll grow because that domain has reached a ceiling limit. So you need to move on and whatever, get these domains to reach ceiling limits, okay?
Then anyone who has, fairly reasonable, fairly.
Think about it. Why isn't anybody growing in the gym? Why are they discouraged? Well, I reached a genetic limit, a newbie gain limit, and I'm a hard gainer. Okay, so what do? I got to do bulk diets. What's a bulk diet? Artificial food. If you're eating something artificial, you're going to create what? Artificial muscles. If muscles are created through protein, animal protein, then what does carbohydrates and artificial diet create? Fake muscles called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles. It's energy. It's an energy source, dude. Yeah.
Reasonable learning disabilities, things like that. It's not as intelligent as they are.
No. They're very intelligent. They had big head, big brains. We are unintelligent. We're stupid.
Okay, so you need a context for that. Number two, this species didn't live.
If we were so smart, we wouldn't be suffering. We wouldn't be having cancer. We wouldn't be having diabetes and all these diseases. They didn't exist before. We have recordings of it. Cardiovascular disease, heart attack. The first case, I think it was one of the American presidents that had a heart attack. They didn't even know what that was. You understand me? Because they didn't exist in the past. And as far as we know, when the colonists came and they met the native Indians, well, the native Indians, they never ate any plant foods or anything like that. They ate meat. And when the colonists fed them these plants, they poisoned them with alcohol. They poisoned them with plants and squash and alcohol and pumpkins. They poisoned them. And when they got poisoned, they started dying. And they didn't know what was going on. So they went on a rampage thinking that the colonists tried to kill them, eliminate them, or kill them with these poisons. They poisoned them. And so they went there to attack them, to get rid of them, to get rid of the scourge of these colonists, these poisonous colonists, crazy colonists.
A super long time. So if your argument, well, they seem to be healthy enough to, well, yeah, they lived about 30 years old. So if your goal is to be a species that's...
How does he know they live to be 30 years old? Does he have any proof? He makes up everything on his channel. It's all fake. It's all misinformation so that he can make you into a lifting slave. Get it, broskies?
Dying around age 30 and too stupid to actually speak. This is the basis of your argument. That because that species ain't that way, that it must be appropriate for you. I'm sorry, that's stupid. And that was not our species. It is not something that you would personally recognize as human. Okay?
Wow. You wouldn't recognize him as being human, man. He's making this stuff up.
You would see something like that as more of an ape-like creature.
Yeah, okay.
People bring up Neanderthals. Neanderthals did eat more meat than we did.
This is the most unintelligent human being I've ever seen on the planet. Man, the information exists online. They've done tests. It's called myonuclear domain size limit. It tells you it reached the ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond where the satellite cell can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support what? Further muscle growth. So what are you doing there exactly, Blaha? There's no more muscle growth. So what are you doing? Nothing. He can't do anything. You know what he's doing? I got to get a naked bod, a sexy naked bod. I got to do bodybuilding. See, bodybuilding is getting skinny and looking muscular and sexy. It has nothing to do with building muscles. Now, people want to get big because they want to look intimidating. Now, that's different. And so if they eat a bunch of carbohydrates and blow up their muscles through carbohydrates through the sarcoplasm, they go, look, I look intimidating now, and I can lift a heavy weight in the gym, so I must be strong. When in fact, you are not strong. You recruited androgen receptors and motor units for that force production. You have a force production, but you didn't become physically stronger. You understand me? You are not physically strong, and you are carrying around a lot of weight. Now, I can't tell you that, not putting on a lot of weight will not get your muscles to get bigger, because here, they may get bigger and stronger as well themselves. Like naturally, you can increase that domain. How do you do that? Well, think about it. What's his name? The wrestler there. That guy from Georgia. I forget his name now. Sangashvili. So Sangashvili, he weighs over 300, I don't know, 50 pounds or something, or 380 pounds or something. Think about it. If you put 100 pounds on your body and walk around with it, what do you think is going to happen to your bones? Most people can't walk with 100 pounds on their body. So that's where they came up with this whole theory about Milo and the bull. You understand me? Milo and the bull. He kept walking with a bull that eventually would grow, and then he would grow with the body would grow with the bull walking around. Yeah, here's the thing though. At some point he won't be able to, he has to relieve that bull off of his body. But Sangashvili, he doesn't relieve all that weight that he's carrying, that crappy weight on his body. It's not relieved. So the ratio to muscle mass and the amount of fat that he carries, because he's really fat, that's a lot of weight. I would say he's over 200 pounds of fat. But if he gets up to 260 pounds in regular body size and muscle mass, but the other 200 pounds, let's say, is fat, well, that's what's getting him up to close to, I don't know, 260, 270, 280 of real muscle. Do you understand me? That's what's maintaining a lot of it. That's why he's super strong. So he's carrying excessive weight. Fat people their muscles have to compensate. Think about it. Fat people, their body has to compensate by increasing that myonuclear domain because it has to support all that weight. The bones have to get bigger and stronger, and your muscle has to grow to support 600 pounds. If you're a 600 or 500 pound man walking around all that weight, man, you wouldn't be able to get out of the chair. But you see these big people, they walk around, bro. I see them. I've seen them. They move around because their muscles have to support that weight. But they're carrying that weight all the time. They're not relieving it like this so-called Milo and the bull bullshit. Get it?
Died out. They're also a different species, although they didn't appear to fully die out. That is a point of contention. Obviously, there is some Neanderthal DNA in modern humans. It's a very small amount. There was a little bit of crossbreeding apparently at some points in certain regions of the world, more so than others.
Right. So fat people, their muscles will get big. That domain will get big, will get massive. And it'll donate nuclei to support to support muscle growth there, because they're carrying excessive weight. But here's the thing: Blaha is skinny and small. It's not supporting that weight because there's no weight to support. So the only way you can build muscle, you as an ectomorph, is damaging, repairing, and remodeling muscles bigger and stronger. That's the only way that you can push that domain, and it will only ever be pushed in unaccustomed bouts of exercise. If you're accustomed to those exercise, there is no more damage, there's no more repair and remodeling. That thing had reached the ceiling limit. That's it. It's over, dude ski. It's over, dude.
But by and large, this is a species that died out, but it's still not us. So then we get into the topic of Paleolithic humans, pre-agricultural humans. Okay. All right. What's the newest data on those show? They actually ate, interestingly enough, very similar in terms of the ratios to what I would advocate. Yeah, okay. I'm not saying it's because it's the natural way to eat. It just appears to be pretty decent. The records show that Paleolithic humans ate plenty of carbohydrates. They ate a diet that was approximately, and it varied around the world, but what we're seeing with a lot of the records and what we can find in the ballpark of around 80% plants, 20% animals. Okay? Now, that animal doesn't always mean that you're thinking of, they went and hunted woolly mammoths or whatever. No, that's bugs, fish, all sorts of stuff. They all ate grains, People make that argument with pre-agricultural humans because we grow more grains now that they didn't.
There's no proof of that, but we do see proof of somewhere they dug up, archaeologically in Egypt, these pots and stuff. People started eating plant foods and whatever, bread and whatever the hell they were doing there. Yeah, but that's unnatural. They were doing things that were unnatural.
Their diets were carbohydrate based. When we look at the data that we have, again, let's be clear, when we look at the data...
I mean, they mention these things. They talk about how they discovered beer, these ancient people in Egypt. They got this whatever, this bowl, and water went in it, and there was this barley, and it fermented. Then they tried it. It was 3% alcohol, and they got a buzz off of it. Yeah. You know, they found these plants. They smoked it, found out what it does. They tasted it. You know, they were sampling these plants. Yeah. And then they found out what they did. They're drugs. That's what they found out. They found out that plants were drugs, and they enjoyed taking these drugs. And they would have parties, naked parties, sex parties, drinking, wine, alcohol. They started cultivating and developing these plants. They were addicted to these drugs. That's what happened. That's what happened.
That we have of all those ancient humans and even hunter-gatherers.
Think about it. An apple is full of sugar. The Bible says they ate from the tree, the apple tree or whatever, this Adam and Eve character. And then they had 2 sons. And then the 2 sons turned gay, and then we're all gay now. Nobody had any kids because all they did was make 2 sons. They didn't make Adam and Eve. They made Adam and Steve. But whatever, man. So, yeah, Cain and Steve. They ate the apple, and what did it do? Well, they left the garden. They were kicked out of the garden. Why? Because they ate drugs, bro. That's why. They were in the Garden of Eden. When they were eating meat, they had a nice life. They left the garden because they became enslaved to these drugs. They were slaved to the plant drugs. They became addicted to them. And so the plants slaved us.
Other tribes, 50%, more than 50% of their calories tended to come from carbohydrate throughout the year on average.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Okay, the only
sure it did. He's making this stuff up.
Societies that we're seeing with the ultra high fat, for example, are like the Inuits, because that's what's available. There's less plants.
I love how he says, but that's what's available. There's less plants. There were less plants. So you don't need plants. How did they survive, the Inuit, then, Blaha? Why do you need plants if they survived? The Inuits survived on just eating fish and whatever, seafood, whatever.
Growing in the Arctic. It's frozen all the time. There's less plants. And a lot of the animals are marine animals, seals, whales, and stuff.
Yeah, but they thrived, and they live perfect lives. They don't get sick or anything. They don't need doctors or dentists or anything like that, right, Blaha? These so-called Inuit living up there, these Eskimos and Inuit, right? Right, Blaha? Yeah, Blaha's even giving you the proof.
Like out there, they're hunting, have more fat to deal with the cold.
Yeah, they have more fat. They don't take supplements. They don't eat supplements. They don't need pharmacies. They don't need doctors. They don't need dentists or anything. Hey, Blaha? Isn't that amazing? Because they eat what? Animals. They don't marine life and animals. They don't eat plants, broski.
But that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world.
Oh, but that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. It exists all over the world. What are you talking about? The only difference is that you want to eat plants because they're drugs, Brodowski.
Okay, and keeping in mind, I've done videos discussing they were not particularly healthy or long-lived when you compare to other hunters.
Yes, they weren't when they started eating grains and plants. That's when we became not long-lived.
Gatherer tribes, okay? So even this idea that hunter-gatherers ate mostly meat is...
No. The difference between people eating marine life and eating animals, animals are not deficient in any nutrients. Now, I can't say about fish what they have in there exactly. Is there a deficiency? Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't know exactly. I do eat some marine life, but I stick to animal-based food. Beef, meat, because meat is highly dense in nutrients. Highly dense in nutrients, bro. Get it?
Is not accurate. Berries, seeds, root vegetables.
Berries and seeds are toxic. You don't need to eat any of those. Those will shorten your lifespan and kill you.
Tubers, grains. Whatever they can find.
That's how you get shrinkage in your brain. Isn't that proof too, Blaha? At some point we started eating grains, right? And so our body mass, we got smaller and weaker and our brain shrunk. Isn't that what it says in science, Blaha?
Right, and then when they could get meat, they obviously ate it. We're opportunistic.
We blame everything for the grains, but we keep eating them, though. That's the funny part. Here's the thing. Now that we know that grains have shrunk our brains and shrunk our bodies, what do people do? Oh, I have to eat oats, and I'm going to the gym lifting weights. Oh, okay.
Cook omnivores, right?
Yeah, cook omnivores. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Blaha. Okay, yeah. Cook omnivores. Yeah.
We always went at when we could get the animal protein, we have tended to do so. But it's
or when we could get the animal protein, then and only then did we do it. Okay.
It's never been the biggest staple in our diets.
It hasn't? It seems to be the biggest staple around, as far as I know. How about in Texas? They love their barbecues, bro. Texas is famous for that. Cattle ranching, beef, and beef, man, yeah.
At least not for the majority of us or the majority of our ancestors, unless you happen to be descended from...
Yeah, I don't think so. People know about beef, bro. They discovered that it's highly nutrient-based, and it makes them super jacked and amazing. That's what they discovered on their experience as a human. I don't know what kind of experiences you go off. I know. Whatever people tell you, you don't listen to yourself, your survival skills anymore, because you're subhuman.
The Eskimos. It's probably not the case, guys. It's just not reality.
It's not reality, guys. Come on, Eskimos. Come on, bro.
Hey, there's a lot of work involved with hunting.
Yeah, guys, it's not reality, guys. Don't eat meat. Eat garbage all day. Yeah, and look like garbage, like Blaha.
Big game with more primitive equipment. There's risk, there's work.
Of course.
It's a lot more to it than you would think. They're not out just doing it all day, all the time. It's not so...
Yes, la 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 la. If I just exercise my body to death, it'll burn off this fat, and now I can finally reveal what's underneath. Nothing.
It was not a sustainable food source for us.
Yeah.
Compared to starches. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say.
No arms. He has no arms, and he has no lats, no chest, nothing. Man, this is funny, bro. Lifting, slave.
On that today. I hope it's been informative.
Very informative. I'll see you in the next one. Look at that face, man. Only a mama could love, broski. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.